What's up, guys? This is me again, and I'm doing another rendition of behind the scenes for my EP EXO. This one is going to be, I believe, the song, what was it? Running Round. This one took a lot of production. It was definitely a lot of brainstorming, a lot of changing of how the song went. And you'll see in a moment about when you look at the screen. I really liked this one. And yeah, here's more behind the scenes on how I made it. All right, so this is the file. As you can tell, I actually have a whole bunch. I'm gonna try and maximize the screen space for that. I have a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Pretty much all of these right here are the same synthesizer. It's just different speeds, and I'll explain that a little bit later down the line. So it starts off with the guitar, just a clean sounding guitar. I actually use my Telecaster for that.
Got that EXO on a road trip, felt so alive, then I was ghosted, but I was over.
And it starts off with that, and that pretty much goes throughout the entire song. It does change though. It goes from clean. It goes from clean to a little bit crunchier, and then once it gets back to the verse, it goes back to clean, just for the instruments that are playing during the chorus and in the verses. They kind of different and how the mix kind of goes down, so that's why I changed it. Because the clean one, it's a little bit more mid and bass friendly, and I didn't want it to clash. And I used an electric piano, just like I think one of the stock ones that Logic has. Pretty decent one. And that's the entire progression of the song. Pretty much all of the songs from EXO has the same or not the same progression, but like it's a 4-chord progression. And then what was the other one? I used a formant builder, which is basically like a rising synth, and I use that to kind of build up to the drop. And I at first I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do this song. I thought I was just gonna do like trap drums throughout the entirety of the song, but then I decided like maybe I should try like kind of a Chainsmokers kind of vibe, and that's what I did with the drums, especially. Whoops, you can't really see the pattern, but
I know you didn't mean to.
Let me just add in the other instruments. Or you know what? What'll be easier is if I just mute the vocals. Doi. Mute. Right? And then it just kind of has that slow build up, like the kicks in, and then there's the formant synth coming in. That's pretty much how the build-up for the chorus goes. One of my favorite things was the searing lead. I wanted it to be like a little bit punchy, like a little bit gritty, but I also wanted it to sound kind of dreamy. So that's what I messed around with the settings in Logic. Had a whole bunch of reverb for that. Pretty much that's the only part. That's pretty much all you're gonna hear from that instrument. And then the drums, let me isolate those. Just kind of this. Whoa. I don't remember adding in that second kick, but I guess it's there. Oh well. It's not offbeat. And that's how it is for the verse. It's nothing like terribly special. I mean, obviously that the drums play a big part in the vibe of the song, but what I'm mostly here to talk about, not really, is the Dominator synthesizer. So you hear it's so that one, and you know, it kind of has this like wobble speed, and then this one has a slower wobble speed, and you can see, so all of these have different wobble speeds, all three of these, right? So when I did the song, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna change it up. It's kind of like dubsteppy, not really, but so then this one's the slower one. So then that kind of is double time, and then for the very last chorus part, I changed it up. Pretty much everything's the same. I did add in some drums actually. This is a drum loop at 150 from Semantics or Semitics. I don't know how to pronounce it. And that's just kind of to help with the build. It is a loop. I do want you guys to know that. And I just thought it sounded pretty good mixed along with. It just kind of helped with the build up, you know. So it's just a loop. Almost like what is that? It was that one trend that went on for a while, and then that's the build up for that. And then I'm gonna get to the guitar part later. I'm just gonna go to the drop right here. This one right here, the one that I like the most. And then you can see I switch, because this is that one's the like kind of fast one, and then this one is a slower one. And then I basically changed the Dominator synths to kind of like so that's what I did. It just changes throughout the song. Yeah, and then one of my favorite parts was this little guitar solo right here. I used the Indie Scorcher setting on Logic. It was one of the bass settings that came with the program, and I tweaked it around a little bit to the sound that I like. But what's funny about this is there's this song called "Drugs" by Eden, and I kind of messed around with the melody of it, and I kind of based this little solo part loosely off of how the chorus goes. To the little build up of the chorus. I don't even know why that's labeled drum loop. I'm gonna bring back in all the vocals. Nothing necessarily special. Added some delay. I think there was one part, I don't remember exactly if it's this one or not. I added this like little vocal loop, this kind of humming, kind of. Yep, that's it. And that one added a decent amount of effects. Obviously, I used the noise gate. I used Neutron 2 to kind of mix and master it in. And then I added vocal synth. But the thing is, I did a whole bunch of it. Like I pretty much used all of the settings right here except for the talk box. Not my personal favorite, but that's just personal preference. So I did a unison, a super octave, and another super octave. And I think if I turn it up, you actually might be able to hear my original voice. So that's my like, I don't want to say raw voice because obviously all the other effects are still on, but that's my voice with the that's like the original recording, and then once I added in the vocal synth, like that's everything in there. And originally I thought about having that as just the chorus, like the part right here where say I'm running around. I originally thought about leaving that part out, and I thought about this just being like a little instrumental part with like a little voiceover, but ultimately I ended up thinking that having that part in would be a little bit more catchy, so that's kind of why I kept it. And that's pretty much it. Like that's how I made the song. There's a lot of instrumentation that went into it.
Waiting on, do you need a sign? Cause all of them are fed to the end of the line.